The first thing we must do though is remove this rebellion, which we're going to do. We're going to use this force here to do so. Ah! Of course they're wavering. Let's take the hill. Let's storm the hill. Let's move, gentlemen. Move up incrementally here. Let's put an end to this rebellion once and for all. Of course they're shaken, sir. They're bringing Spanish firepower. Prepare yourselves, my friends, because it's about to happen. There it is. There it is. Oh, this is going to be a brutish fight, it really is. We've also got, they've got a lot of cavalry, but whilst we've got these walls here, that will not serve them well. So let's prepare yourselves. Oh, look at that. Rapid deployment here. I think we have to redeploy these forces here. We can pick them off now that they've moved away from the main body. We can pick them off. Get into them, lads. Hold the walls. Greetings and welcome to episode 25, my Empire Total War Darth Mod Spain campaign. And this, my friends, how we left it last time, where we had an absolutely terrific fight, my friends. Once again, the defence of Austria was needed, and indeed the troops and our valiant troops once again heeded that call and have defended Vienna from a sustained Dutch attack, and we have thus thrown back the majority of those assaulting Dutch forces. We now stand pretty much the clear owners now of Vienna. We have indeed though taken a huge amount of losses here in the defence. As you can see, some of these units down to 60 men, 34 men here, 13th Regiment. We did try and, push back as much of that Dutch forces we did, and we really did succeed exceptionally well there, bringing our sort of northern redoubt here, this tactically important area here, Vienna, under our control. As you can see, a huge amount actually flows to and from through Vienna here. Now, many of the council, the question was put, do we take Hungary here from the Dutch? As you can see, there's absolutely nothing here defending Hungary whatsoever. The majority of the council were in favour of us actually taking Hungary and sort of bringing down, as it were, an iron curtain, this sort of Spanish iron curtain here, to sort of seal off the rest of, as it were, the sort of southern regions here, particularly Croatia, which possibly the Dutch could have possibly wrapped around and hit here. As you can see, we don't have many forces here. This is actually the remnants, the sort of last remnants of what was left of the Dutch forces. I'm wondering if we could possibly send the cavalry out to rid ourselves of those, but it looks like they are full. Yes, they are full infantry regiments here, so we have to deal with them pretty sharply here, otherwise they're going to start harassing us a huge amount. Now, if we take Hungary, this is also going to allow us to, behind the sort of the you know, the bravery and the courage of the defenders here that have brought about this sort of this slight lull in fighting here. We are able, and as the council has rightly said, we need to get the economy up and running as soon as possible. The economy here, we have a huge amount to invest in. We have massive amounts. Italy is pretty much untouched in terms of upgrading. We've got most of Sardinia needs upgrading. We've got this port here in Syracuse that can be upgraded. It will definitely boost our income via trade. A huge amount. It's one of the main trade ports here, apart from, as you can see, Cartagena here. And there's also a very excellent recommendation as well, that we actually have and look for peace with Austria. Now the reason for that primarily is to unblock here this trade route here that has been unfortunately blockaded by this Austrian Navy. We don't have the naval forces to deal with this just yet, although we do have a number of Spanish war galleons here, and we also have the remnants here of this fleet here. We could combine them together, but this fleet wouldn't actually be able to reach this fleet because the Austrian fleet would intercept before it got there. So peace would give us also the opportunity to bring our fleet, a primary fleet, up to full strength as well, which is key what we need to do here. So our first task is to look for peace with Austria. Now they may not accept it, in which case we'll have to deal with that as is. So you can see we've got this very powerful Austrian army moving through the Alps here to try and move around here. We are prepared, we are ready to meet that threat, mark my words, my friends. And to that end, what we might do is just move this army to the eastern side here of Vienna, because the Austrians will move around here and they'll attack this western flank here, no doubt. We also at war with Bavaria. Let's see if we can get peace with Austria, just on the off chance we can. Now they are very openly aggressive with us here. No. Now I wonder if we can throw something in to sweeten the deal here. Now there was the suggestion we make payments and possibly technology as well. We don't want to give them too much because we don't want to see them having the ability to sort of match us on the field of battle, as it were. Let's try condensed marching, wedge formation, and let's throw advanced irrigation for peace. No, they're not. They're simply not interested at all. Let's throw in peace, some technology. We'll throw in these three as well, and we'll also throw in some money. We'll offer them 500 just to sweeten the deal. If they don't accept that, then we have to accept the fact that they are going to attack us. It's absolutely without question. No. So quite clear the Austrians don't want that peace with us here. I wonder if the Bavarians would, though. Let's see if we can get maybe one of their allies here. Minus 96 here. Let's see if we can get peace with the Bavarians. No, indeed not. Let's try and sweeten the deal. Let's try condensed and socket bayonets here. Actually, that's actually better for us, because that's not going to really give them a lot. Let's do that. Right, we've actually swept away one of the Austrians' allies away from them now. Now they're very friendly with us. That doesn't open up any trade routes for them, but it removes another additional foe from our backs here. And we do really need to start to bring these up to some kind of replenishment here. These are vital industries to us, it really is. And look at this here, we could actually bring this up to full strength now. If we get a craft workshop here, we're going to try and push our economic agenda as quickly as we possibly can here as well. Now, we need to rid ourselves of these foes here. I think to that end we might actually move these forces in here to meet them. This army does need to be brought into the fold here. And as the council has recommended, we move in here and take Hungary, and then we can rebuild here. Now that's going to bring in those. Can we demand surrender here? Surrender, sir. Oh, face. Yes, look at that. Now we do have this force here. That could be a problem for us, because this general here is not going to give up. General Gerrit de Graaf is not going to give up very easily here. Does have some, still have some fine troops under his control here, but we do now control this. Now there's a very high chance here. Oh, look at that. I think we'll go for a craft workshop here. We will remove these gentlemen from here, but what we don't want to do is have this army move against here and then find it undefended. So what we need to do now is replenish without a shadow of a doubt. is replenish these armies here and bring everything up. Look at that, we don't even have metal roads here. But the first thing we must do, we've lost the general here, a valiant leader indeed, sir. Let's bring that gentleman up there, and this army here, without a shadow of a doubt, does need to be replenished here. Actually, it's not in bad shape at all, considering what we went up against there. Now, let's bring the barracks up to full strength here. The naval board is not critical here, so we're going to just... Actually, Spanish Infanteria de Marina here will actually repair this then. What we do need to do is now focus behind here. I wonder if we can get peace with the Dutch, just to give ourselves that time we need here. I wonder if they would be interested in peace. Let's just quickly send them their way. No. Let's just send them... Let's have a look if they got... Nah, they've got pretty much everything. Oh, they got everything almost. They've got selective breeding though. No, they're not interested. Quite clearly, they are not going to give up. Now, we're only hoping the Dutch can do something about this. The French even can do something about this, because the French have actually moved in against Brussels here, and they're also yes, they've taken Brussels from the Dutch, so hopefully this has given the French a little bit of a kickstart here into them getting their war underway. Now we are trying to replenish and repair where we can here. Actually no, that's too far to the that's too near to the front lines. What we need to do is bring those industries that are way away from the fighting. Basically, we want to look at Syracuse to be upgraded as quickly as possible here. 2,500 for that. We'll have 8,107 coming in here. If we can get this trade up to about 20,000, that would be exceptional. Now, I know that a number of the council are also calling we get Tunis, but it looks like France have already beaten us to the punch here, and they've also taken Tripoli as well. So France actually controls the majority of North Africa, which is excellent for us because they're an ally of ours. Are they a strong ally? Indeed, plus 285. So that does bring them, with very, very strong allies with the French, which is good. And we do have a very strong force here, indeed. Now we do need to get the army board here in Venice as quickly as possible. And also here in Rome as well. We need to make sure that Italy, and indeed the extremities we have here, so Hungary is sort of the high tide mark of our sort of advance here. Now Poland is also an ally of ours, but it's also at war with the Dutch. So at the moment these are allies of convenience. We're not doing this out of the kindness of our heart. This is purely for survival here. Now we are absolutely at the limit of our supply lines here. Many of the council have said we're at the limit of our supply lines here, and I agree here wholeheartedly, my friends. It really is. We really are pushed to the absolute limit, both militarily and economically. So the fight we've had with the Dutch has held us, sort of held us in good stead. It's thrown back the majority of the Dutch forces. And we have taken Hungary. We do still have these stragglers around here. There's not really much else we can do here. 248 here with this farm. Let's deal with that. It does put us right on the sort of the end here of where we have another enemy, which is Austria. So Austria has Transylvania. It also has here Stuttgart. Now who are their enemies? They're at war with ourselves and Poland. Now Poland isn't going to move. Poland could probably move through Hungary and attack it, but is Poland an ally of... Indeed it is with Russia, so actually it could take Transylvania if it deemed so. We'd like to try and keep peace with the Ottomans. We do have a good trading relation with the Ottomans, which we'd like to hold up as much as we possibly can here. And we are now, as you can see, neighbours. Let's quickly just move into Transylvania here and see what is available. As you can see, the Ottomans don't really have many frontline forces here, which leads me to believe that they might be fighting elsewhere. Or they might just be content with what they've got. And our fight with the Dutch is not over yet, I can assure you, my friends. We do need to get metal roads in here, but look, we've got 4 regiments of garrison guards going to be joining this army here, which we definitely need here. That will really stiffen the resolve there of those defenders. And we also have this fleet to deal with here at some point. Actually, it's not I believe these war galleons with this fleet here would probably do well, and actually would probably rid this blockade here. But ideally we do need to keep recruiting here. Get some more Spanish war galleons here. They are expensive though, but my word, they really are a monster on the seas. And we also need to upgrade this, as you can see, Iron Master. Look at that, 800 to wealth, plus 10 to town wealth per turn. We can also upgrade this port as well. That'll be over 4,000 if we upgrade. So we've got a huge amount to do still. What we need here is peace, and we need to sort of really ramp up the amount of military assets we have within this pocket here, of northern pocket here, this extreme high tide mark of our advance. We also need to eliminate the rest, the remnants of the Dutch forces here. This force isn't going to give us much concern, but we should really move in against it as quickly as possible. How is our... We've got 4 until we get lime juice, which means we can then move on to getting the naval hospital. It'll give us heavy first rates. Also need to really boost our research here. Almost 2 turns till we get carcass shots. 1 turn until we get puddling furnace, which will then open up the reduction of artillery in cost, and also net metalworking buildings will give us plus 18%. That's nearly a 20% boost to our economy there for all our metalworking. So that'll be excellent. Let's end the turn here, my friends. Let's see what happens. Let's see what the Austrian response is. Now, I've got a very strong feeling that, mind me, the British are absolutely looking very strong there indeed. What will the Dutch, what will the Austrians? Here they come. Here they come, sir. Now, it looks like the Dutch... they're mustering, sir. Here they come. They can... Oh, I knew it. We're going to have to... This is the problem, see. We're going to have to pull forces away from Hungary now to deal with these. And also we're going to have to deal with these gentlemen here as well. So that's what we're going to have to do. We just simply have to deal with this. We'll pull these forces back to deal with these. And we have to use the forces in Hungary to deal with this remnants here. Otherwise we're not going to have any peace at all here. Especially sort of in the rear here. The rear area has to be cleared strategically and tactically. We cannot allow enemy forces to be roaming around. I know that'll give the Dutch more time in the northern redoubts here in Prague to build up an army up, but still we have to do what we can here to rid ourselves finally once and for all of this Dutch harassment, and then we can finally bring troops up from Vienna and fill the Hungary garrison. We can reinforce Venice. We can bring Milan up to full strength. We can bring Rome up to full strength. Russia, Sweden. Might see some cut, my friends, because the Poles and the Ottomans were taking their time there, so you might see a little edit there. Sweden, which the moment is keeping itself to itself, as long as it remains thus, we shall not. We're also allied with Portugal as well, which does have, and is beginning to increase its army count very considerably here. Luckily Sweden is still quite strong, because that means their trade ports are unlikely to be attacked. Bavaria is... Wait a minute, sir. Georgia, moving against somebody, but whom? Greece. Greece has emerged, which means the Ottomans could be in trouble. Because if Greece has suddenly emerged, that means there's been some kind of rebellion here. Okay, that's fine. We need to deal with these forces quickly and promptly, sir. I think we're going to deal with this army here now, immediately. And let's bring these gentlemen up to full strength. And we do need to deal with these gentlemen here. Of course, at last it's at an end. The Dutch resistance here has now ended. I think what we will do though is we'll send this force up to here, just to add some depth to our defences here. Let's bring these gentlemen up. They only lost 10 men, which is not too bad between them. Now, how are these forces coming back together? That's going to take a while here, especially the 13th Regiment, which did take a severe pounding there, really did. Now are all these gentlemen here at full strength? Let's just make sure. Excellent to see. That's it now at full strength. We now have the fort, which is ours. We can now start to begin to upgrade our resources and our farms. Have we got any food shortages here? Not at the moment, but we can bring agriculture up now. Oh, look at this. Confident General. Oh, pudding furnace is finished, which is excellent to see. Workers writing in Austria. I'd like to see that happening. I don't think so. So let's prepare this here. +1 to morale. -1 to morale. Rumours of cowardice, huh? Corporal and Gold Braid. +1 to morale. +1 to command. We can deal with that, I think. Oh, look at that, sir. Ah, excellent. Now we can upgrade these as well. Now Corsica. I'll take 3 turns for that. Hispaniola. Oh, look at that. We can actually increase. Yeah, I think we'll also invest some of our money as well into our New World holdings as well, I think. Not at the moment. What we do need to do is invest as much as we possibly can. As we can bring these in palatial estates up as well. Let's try and get the homeland here of Spain up to full strength here. We do have Gibraltar under our control as well, but actually what we do need to invest here in Italy. Italy's going to bring us our majority of our money here, our income. So now we've got Siracusa now being upgraded. We've also got here Palermo, beg your pardon, Palermo now being upgraded as well. That's going to look absolutely fantastic here. Majority of them can't be upgraded just yet. But we do have still a significant amount of work to do here in our economy, particularly these water power cloth mills, which we do have in abundance. We also need to get our universities upgraded as well. Also need to get steam engine. I wonder, excuse me my friends, we can't get steam engine until we get Wealth of Nations, in which case we do need to upgrade to a classical university to get joint stock companies and then Wealth of Nations. So we're researching steam pump land drainage and also a threshing machine, 27 turns. Now that one we'll keep, but I think what we will do is we'll change this one to, yes, because it'll be a tax bonus here from textile industry. We've got a massive amount of textile industries. So we're going to take Graz and we're going to make use of the punch card loom. A power loom, which is going to just absolutely boost our textile industry through the roof. Which is definitely what we need to do. We need to invest in our armies next as well, next turn. As you can see here, these gentlemen are taking a bit of a beating here. So we need to upgrade all of these because we've got this Austrian army moving through. We need to have these forces at full strength, and they are not at the moment. Some of them have taken a little bit of damage here, but they're probably still strong enough to deal with this army here. Pikemen, which can be an absolute menace, but they do have Swiss Guards, which are really the creme de la creme here. I wonder if the Austrians would now be interested in peace. Let's just try these three here. No. Quite clearly they're not interested. They are going to move against us. I think only if we defeat this army here will they then take that peace. Now we've got these gentlemen as well here. This army is being replenished, thankfully. So that'll soon be very, very up to full strength. We can then begin to move more line infantry into here. And obviously we also need some more cannon in here as well. So I think we'll have 2 or 3 cannon in here. We need to upgrade to gunnery school as well. We need this to be a real frontline production centre, because with the Dutch still very close to us here, they're not going to give up at all. And they're also upgrading their barracks. As you can see, they're upgrading their barracks these barracks have been upgraded to the full, so they are full capacity barracks, which means the Dutch are going to be able to produce a huge amount of troops. Got the Swedes here. Why are the Swedes there? But look at the British. I mean, the British are rampant here in terms of their armies here. And their navies. Mind you, we do have trade coming in through the Irish Sea. We're also trading with the British, but as you can see here, there's nothing coming in here at all because of this here. This has been cut off here. We do need to free that up at some point. But at the moment, we've just got to maintain our focus. That really is crucial here. Primarily here. Let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what happens. And once again, the Council's advice and guidance has been absolutely crucial here. And once again, exemplary as well, sir. It really has. Austria. You move against me, Austria. We are prepared, sir. They can hit those. That's okay. That's absolutely fine. There's the Dutch starting to build those armies again. That's what we've got to be careful of. They're building those armies again, and they will come for us again. Russia, there's quite a lot there, my friends, going to be edited out because the Ottoman turn again is always taking quite a while there. But Sweden now moving forces. I think it's probably butting heads here with Poland. I think Poland has taken St. Petersburg, unless it was given St. Petersburg by the Russians, in which case there may be peace between them both there. But all we worry about is, will the Swedes keep their trade ports open? That's all we're really wanting. 13 colonies. Mughal Empire. They're friendly towards us. 880. Why not? Let's keep them on our side there. We don't want to get into any shenanigans, should we say, with the Mughal Empire. Looks like they're already moving possibly against the Persians there, but still Georgia moving additional forces into this Mediterranean here. Call it Greece, Barbary State pirates. Just keep away from ours. Look at that, you fiends. That's okay, let them have their raiding. We've got our spy here to keep things under firm control. Now, iron workshops. Actually, this is actually safe here. We've got this sort of mountain range that's protecting Innsbruck here, so we'll actually upgrade this here. Oh, look at that. That's taking a real pasting that has there, this Weaver's Cottage. Let's repair that there. This Classical University is 4,000. That's a heavy chunk of money there. Let's get everything upgraded here. We can. Upgraded here. 2,100 Weaver's Cottage. Now, let's make sure that we can actually get these up here. Drill school here, and also gunnery school is also going to be included in here. I know the infrastructure, we need metal roads here, but we're just going to hold off on that at the moment. It's more important that we have the armies at full strength here. And why, good sir, are you not at full strength? Likewise, why are you not at full strength? Ah dear. Oh, actually, +5 well trained by arable farms. Good for us there. Carcass shot is now ready. Fire in advance is now being researched. Innsbruck in Austria, that's fine. Cuba has now got a tobacco plantation up and running. Hungary has got, yes of course, and we can't upgrade anything else just yet. But we are now starting to see the fruits here of investing within the economy now, starting to bear fruit. There's still a number of tasks we need to do here and upgrade. But primarily, we are now seeing, look at that, see immediate tax income, because the trade is going up, the tax income is going up as well. Now we're starting now to see the increase here, that economy now is starting just to see that sort of, those shoots of growth. Now we've got here a shipyard in Majorca. Now, can we actually use this to our advantage here? What can we get here? We can get a galleon. Can actually get some galleons here. We got privateer. But a galleon, 60 guns, 32 guns. So what are these gentlemen going to give us here? 58 guns. So actually we will probably get some galleons from Majorca, combine them with this fleet here, and push out this Austrian fleet once and for all. Luckily we're allied with Austria, otherwise we would be struggling here. We do have, oh my goodness me, look at this army here. And actually we could use some of these forces here. As you can see, we've got Sweden and 13 colonies are actually bringing in to Bilbao. We could actually use these elite forces here as part of our attack group against Amsterdam. Now, as you can see here, my friends, Amsterdam is well guarded. It has this army here, but also this army here as well. Grenadiers, plenty of guns, but not of the highest caliber. And you've got using mercenaries as well. So actually Amsterdam isn't well defended. They've got plenty of militia within to guard the city. And they're at army board. And they're also putting a great arsenal into effect as well, which means they're going to be able to get 12 pounders soon. But Amsterdam is not impenetrable at all. If we were to attack it and maybe land here in Leeuwarden or even Emmen, and attack via this route here, sort of coming around and then through the North Sea and sort of attacking down, you know, from the east to west. That might be a viable... We've definitely got the troops here in Spain, in Madrid here, to do that. Of course we would have to fill in as these troops move out. We'd have to have forces available to defend Spain. We will never leave the capital undefended, never. We've got some grenadiers here. We could pull these grenadiers and also some of these line red colonial line. We don't really need these troops in here. How are we doing here converting the populace here? Catholicism is firmly in control. I think we could probably move our missionary over to here, over to the Barbary States. I wonder if we could turn the Barbary States here and get that religious unrest moving in here. 60% here, Catholicism. I think that's firmly set in here. We also need to upgrade this here as well to get that, and so we'll have to definitely Agadir here will have to be upgraded as well next turn. Let's move our missionary, our priest, into Algiers. Let's start moving things in our favour here. But really we do have now a firm grip here of Italy, and indeed of our sort of tip of our northern redoubt here. This Spanish iron curtain has now fallen over this here. Looks like the Dutch aren't going to give up without a fight, that's for sure. Ah, they got Dutch Marines effectively here. They've still got that real depth here. They've got 3 very powerful cities here at their disposal. I wonder if Austria have calmed down a little bit. Only slightly. No. We're not going to trade with the Barbary States. We don't want to bring the ire of any other nation on upon us. Actually, what we'll do is we'll move these gentlemen up to here. Now we're talking about a very strong defensive line here. This front line now is very strong indeed here. Right, let's end the turn here. I think we've got our colonies here that are well defended. We've got a fleet here by an exceptional admiral here. We've also got New Spain. We're at peace with New Spain. Ideally we'd like to turn, we've got, the Dutch have got, of course the Dutch have got French and Dutch Guyana here under their control. If we were to take this, if we were to wrestle this away from them, now that would be a real blow to the Dutch economy. And the council did actually recommend this. We actually look at stripping these Dutch colonies, so New World colonies, away from the Dutch. It would be massive blow to the Dutch. It really would if we take these. I think we will actually try and put something together here, some kind of operation to deal with that. We do need to upgrade these as quickly as we possibly can here. we need to really get the maximum. What is the trade looking like here? What's sugar? Sugar is 22. Tobacco is actually 27 at the moment. That's actually the highest, along with tea. Sugar. Tobacco, excellent. Tobacco. So we actually got a lot of tobacco plantations here, which are at the moment very high on the trade, on the world trading. So we do really need to look at, boosting our tobacco output here. We've also got this here, this local fishery, which we're probably going to need. So any shortage of food, indeed there is. Actually, it's going to disappear. So we can actually get this fishery up and running. We mustn't neglect our new world assets. And we could actually, if we could take the Dutch on here, and take especially the Guyanas here, that if we could take the Guyanas from the Dutch, what a blow that would be for them. It really would. And also Ceylon was also recommended by the council, that we actually take Ceylon as well. As you can see, it's what is it? Low yield minefield, gem minefield, cloth mill. It's got tea here, which would be excellent for us. And they've actually upgraded this to commercial port. And they've also got a farm here, rice farm. It would give us access here, direct access to the subcontinent. We do have 2,148 here coming in from our exports and imports to and from the subcontinent. And also we do have substantial trade as well with Persia. As you can see, a lot of our goods being moved into the capital, up into Shiraz and up into the capital itself, and then out into the wider sort of Persian economy. What do we have here? Austria just has very little here. 2 line infantry and 1 provincial cavalry. We could take that quite easily if we wanted to. We might have to eventually, but we're going to just hold the line here. We do need to strike out against the Dutch at some point here and roll up this sort of flank here, and this triumvirate here of cities need to be brought under our control, because that really will wrestle a huge amount of power away from the Dutch. But that attack on Amsterdam could actually be brought about by these very elite forces we have here in Madrid. Can't upgrade that just yet. We need joint stock companies for that. My word, they've got a lot of money coming in here. If we could take Rotterdam from them, it would effectively strip them of all of their money. Unless they've got, of course, yes they are, they've got Rostock here, a commercial port, which means Rostock would then effectively become their main centre. We have a lot to do still, my friends, a lot to do. We don't really need fire by rank here, but again, it's anything we can really do, unless, no, we can upgrade. Actually, we could probably upgrade our... I think we'll probably let's invest in our naval research here. Let's get some longitude watch. Let's improve. This will improve our movement on these high seas. We do need to get army board here to unlock platoon firing. And also it gives us access to these. Look at this. Spanish Free Company of Catalonia, Aragon Volunteers, 1st Catalonia Regiment, Swiss Mountain Jaeger, Spanish Corso Terrestre de Navarra, and I haven't got any name for these at all. Oh, they're skirmishers. Light infantry. Let's end the turn here, my friends. Let's see what happens. This is just going to be an episode where we're going to sort of catch our breath, as it were. Oh, hello. Why is Britain moving? Wait a minute, sir. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. Oh my goodness me. But now we're at war with Britain. Now we are at war with Britain. Now they choose the time to go to war with us. Absolutely typical. We're going to have to bring down the we're going to have to bring down the forces from Madrid. Sweden. We have to deal now with Britain as well, my friends. What is going on there? Why would they suddenly want Gibraltar? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But we will deal with Britain. Believe me, my friends, we are not going to shirk from our responsibility here. Sweden is sending quite a large force here. Persia, we do have, thankfully we do have Portugal, which may help us here. They did actually join the war with us against Britain, which will aid us. Don't you are, you absolute fiend, sir. So we've lost trade with Great Britain. I wonder. Yeah, the Americas have been cut off here. But what we're not going to do is panic. That's the very last thing we shall do, my friends, believe me. Ah, look at this. The craft workshop here. We also need to upgrade. That's 2,500 here. We will upgrade this. We're actually going to use our naval forces to rid ourselves of this pirate fleet. Thank you very much, sir.
Los océanos son nuestros. ¿A dónde, capitán? Sí, capitán. En marcha, capitán.
Let's replenish and repair. Got nothing coming out of here at all, and nothing coming in there either. That's because they have been actually been hit by that blockade. The navy here must be kept at full strength. That's now fully at full strength as well, which is excellent to see. 4,200. We're going to have to adapt our military resources here. Are they still not replenished and repaired here? They've taken an absolute thrashing here. My goodness me. That really does signify the battle that we had on our hands there. About here. Almost at full strength, but there's still some that are going to need some more recruits added to them. But still, we're almost at full strength here along this front line here. But now we've got to adapt. Bring everything up to full strength here. There's no point investing in that just yet. That does need army board here. That will bring us up to the full strength here almost. But again, we can't at the moment. We need that available here because Britain has now decided for some strange reason to bring all of this to bear against us here. It just doesn't make sense why Britain would do that. But we are and we can respond. As you can see here, we do have the forces here to deal significant damage to this British expeditionary force here. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, Irish regiment, Swiss line infantry. Oh, look at this, we can still get a significant amount here. What we do need though is cuirassiers more than anything else. Let's also invest in our infrastructure. Ah, of course we've done that one now. That's excellent. Create estates. Again, we're trying to push our economy at the same time here as well. Let's repair that. But we do need to start investing in some of these water-powered cloth mills. But I think our final move here will be actually against this British army here. Now that is a significant navy they've brought in here. One that we simply can't match. But we can only hope that Portugal... They're at war with France now, they're also at war with Portugal, Poland, ourselves, the Pueblo nation. So hopefully there will be some repercussions here from the Portuguese as well. Now where was that other British fleet? There's another British fleet that disappeared somewhere. We've got to be careful we're not caught on the hop here. We have to deal with this British force here. Let's do that, my friends. I'll actually draw in these two gentlemen as well. It probably will, but let's deal with this. Indeed, sir. Look at that. They have got a lot of cannon. They've got a lot of cannon here available to them. And they've got a lot. They've got 3 cavalry, but we can deal with this. These gentlemen alone will be enough to deal with them. We've got a and actually this will blood in this army, as it were. They prepare it for the attack against Amsterdam, or even London now. We might even have to move against Britain at the same time. But we have to deal with this force here. We cannot give the British any leeway at all. We must put our foot down here in Gibraltar. We will move immediately back to Madrid then once this battle is over. But my friends, that will be the battle for next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I'd like to thank all of the council for all their wonderful advice. It has been absolutely exemplary as always, my friends. And again, please keep your comments coming down. Please be proposals, your plans, everything you possibly can down, my friends. Next will probably be an Ottoman campaign, maybe 1 or 2 episodes of that, and then it will be back to the USA campaign after the Ottoman campaign. And probably do 4 or 5 of the USA campaign, because that really is starting to build up to quite the head there, my friends. So hope you've enjoyed this. Again, my friends, thank you for all your wonderful advice, your proposals, your support. It's been absolutely fantastic. It really has been. But once again, my friends, I leave it in the hands of the council. What do we do now against the British? Do we attack Britain directly in Britain itself, or do we dispose of the British army they have here in Gibraltar and then possibly look for peace? Let me know what you think, my friends. Again, all your advice is absolutely and always will be welcome. But once again, my friends, until next time, bye for now.